Hello, my dearest friends. Myself, Rita Rani, and today I will explain Chapter 3 The Little Girl from the Literature Textbook Beehive. Before moving towards the chapter, I would like to say if you like this video, please subscribe the channel, press the bell icon for further notifications, and don't forget to give your likes. Now, let's move to the chapter. Chapter 3 The Little Girl, written by Catherine Mansfield. To get the spirit of this story, first of all, I would like to tell you something about the author of this story. Kathleen Mansfield. Kathleen Mansfield Murray was prominent New Zealand modernist short story writer and poet. Kathleen Mansfield Murray, it was her actual name. She used to write under the pen name Catherine Mansfield. She belonged to New Zealand. She was born there and she was brought up there only. At that time, colonial rule was there. She was born on 14th October 1888 and died on 9th January 1923 in a very young age. Even though she earned lots of name and fame just because of her great contribution in the field of literature. Here few names I have mentioned of her great short stories. The Garden Party, Miss Brill, The Doll's House, The Fly. These were her great short stories. One special feature of her stories is that in most of the stories, the theme is of a protagonist. Protagonist means the leading character. Means in most of the story, it is very common thing that a story revolves around the leading character. And most of the time, or you can say mostly in her stories, that leading character is a young female. And this story, The Little Girl, which we are going to study, in this story also, the leading character is of a small girl. Her name is Kezia. She has some wrong notions about her father. She thinks that her father is a very hard-hearted man. He does not love her. But after some time, she realizes that she misunderstands her father. Her father is a great man. He has a big heart and he has lots of love for his daughter also. She realizes that her father is a very loving and caring father. This story especially deals with the relationship between children and their parents. Children, just because of their immaturity, or we can say less understanding, they are very young, they are not enough mature, they are not enough understanding to get the things in a right way. That is why they misunderstand their parents whenever their parents are very much strict. Whenever their parents stop them to do anything, whenever they try to teach them what they should do, what they should not do, they think that their parents are too much strict and they are too much strict. That's why they do not love their children. But after some time, when the same children grow up, those children realize that whatever their parents did, that was just for their betterment. Their parents loved them really, and that is why they were very much caring and concerning for their children. Whatever strictness they showed, it was just a part of discipline. They were just trying to teach their children what they should do, what they should not do. They were trying to teach them values. They were trying their best to give the best to their children. So let's move to the chapter. This is the summary of the chapter. Here it starts. A picture is there. You can see small girl is there. Father is lying on the sofa and mother is sitting. She is doing something. This small girl is Kezia and she has some wrong notions about her father. She thinks that her father is a giant. He is very much strict. He does not love her, she uh, she feels scared in the presence of her father, and whenever she looks at him, she feels as if this big size man is just like a giant. It was her duty when in the evening her father used to return from his office that she used to put his cup of tea also, and she used to put her shoes at their places. It was her duty. Means when father returns from the office, it was Kezia's duty to be present in front of the father. She puts the shoes in their places and she puts her cup of tea on the table also. At that time, she feels very much nervous and she is afraid of him also. That is the reason that she does not feel comfortable in the company of her father. Actually, the problem is this: her father looks very serious. He is a busy man. He gets tired in the evening. That is why when he comes back from his office, he just want to take rest. Whenever holidays are there, he wants to take rest during that time. And whenever he takes rest, he does not like to be disturbed by anyone. Another reason is this, that he is not an expressive man. He does not express his feelings. He does not express his love the for his daughter. Actually, this is a common nature of father. They are not very much expressive. They look very serious. They are treated that they are very strict. They are very harsh. And mothers are soft hearted. They are emotional. They are very much expressive. But the fact is that mother as well as father, they both have lots of love in their heart for their children. Sometimes it happens that they look very strict, but that strictness is also a kind of love for their children. In case of Kezia also, it was like that. Her father was not a very expressive man, and he is a busy man also. So sometimes he is not able to express his feelings. He is not able to show his love for that small girl, and that small girl takes it in a negative way. So one incident took place in the life of Kezia. Let's move. She was kept indoors on account of being affected by cold. Once she got sick, she was suffering from cold, and that is why she didn't go to her school. She was at home in the company of her grandmother. Grandmother was the character with whom she feels very much comfortable, and grandmother was the person who is very much close to that small girl. Her grandmother always tried to make a bridge between the father and the son. But that small girl is not ready to accept this thing, that her father is also a good man and he is also very loving and caring. This time, grandmother suggested that a small girl that in the next week her father's birthday is going to be held, so she can prepare a gift for her father, and if she gives a gift to her father, then he will be happy. And Kezia is very much excited for the preparation of the gift. So grandmother suggested her to prepare a pin cushion. Now Kezia is busy to prepare in the preparation of that gift pin cushion. From three sides it was completed. Just one part was left. So she was in search that something should be filled in that pin cushion. So she got some papers lying on the table in the room of her mother. She thought that these papers are lying on the table, they are useless. So she tore those papers and filled it in the pincushion. Next morning, her father demanded those papers. He simply asked the papers lying on the table in the bedroom, where are those papers? Finally, he came to know that those papers were torn by that small girl. Those papers were very important for her father because some speech which his father has to give to the port authority. So that is why those papers were very, very important. Her father wrote a speech on those papers, and that speech was very important because he had to give that speech to the port authority. Now, the anger of her father was in extreme form, and that little girl faced that anger. She got punished, and she got some sticks by the hand of her father. And after this incident, she was sure that her father is not a good father. He does not love her. He does not have any heart. There is no love, no heart in this giant body. So her wrong notions got confirmed. After some time, another incident took place. Before that, something was there, and that was more painful. She got punished by her father. She was sure that her father is not a good father. And after this, she saw a happy picture. Her neighbor, Mr. MacDonald, has 5 children, and he used to play with his children, and they all look very happy. This small girl does not like it. She feels very sad that why her father is not like Mr. MacDonald. She realizes that there are different types of fathers, and my father is also a different type of father, but this type is not a good type. She does not like this type of father. After this, one incident took place in her life, and that incident completely changed her life, her attitude, her notions for her father. Once her mother fell ill and was hospitalized, she was left alone at home under the care of the cook. At night, she had a nightmare and woke up screaming. After some time, her mother got sick, and she was seriously sick. She was hospitalized. And Kezia's grandmother had to go to the hospital to take care of the mother of Kezia. So she was left alone at home. She was under the care of her maid. And at night, she got weird. She started crying because she had a horrible dream. And after listening the voice, or we can say, at that time when she was screaming, suddenly her father came into the room. He took her into his arms and took her to his bedroom. There he lay down beside his daughter, and he just tried to console her, means don't afraid, I'm with you, nothing is there. So after that, that small girl slept soundly, and when she was lying beside her father, at that time she felt the heartbeats of her father. She realized that this giant has a great heart, and that heart beats also. And in that heart, lots of love was there for that small child. In the absence of mother and grandmother, lots of care and love she got from her father. She saw that her father was taking care of her. Her father was just doing all the things, was doing just for that small child. Then Kezia realized that whatever wrong notions she had for his father. Now they are no more in her mind. All the wrong notions were shattered, and she realized that her father is a great man, is a loving man, and he has a heart, and that heart beats also. And in that heart, lots of love is there for that small girl. So, my dear student, that's all for the explanation of this chapter. Let's move to the question part. You all can practice these questions at home for the better understanding of this chapter. So the first question is, what were Kezia's duties in the evening when her father returned home from office? I have already told you. She used to put his shoes at their place. She used to put her cup of tea. It was her duty when father comes back that she should be present in front of her father. What were Kezia's feelings towards her father at the end of the story? At the end of the story, she realized that her father is a loving one. He has a heart and he is very loving and caring also. Why did Kezia's father beat her palms with a ruler? Because Kezia tore the important papers. On those papers, important speech was written by her father that was to be given to the port authority. Why did Kezia like her grandmother more than anyone else in the family? Because she was very much close to her and she used to be afraid of her father. Only grandmother was having enough time to spend with this small child. Why was Kezia left alone in the house with her cook only? Because her mother was hospitalized and grandmother went to take care of her. That is why she was left alone. So my dear student, that's all for this chapter. Questions I have given, and I have given a hint also to get the answers of those questions. That's all for this chapter. We will meet in the next video with the next chapter. Till then, bye bye. Take care.